Hi, in today's lesson we'll be learning about the future perfect continuous in English. Thank you for the suggestion from Banafshe and Dr. Hamid. Great idea. The future perfect continuous is sometimes known as the future perfect progressive. This is when you say you will have been doing something or won't have been doing something. For example, in September, I will have been teaching English for 10 years. It's similar to the future perfect simple, but instead is used when we want to emphasize the length of time in the future. If you haven't seen my lesson on the future perfect simple, I would recommend that you check it out first by clicking the link above now, up here. We use the future perfect continuous form when we're looking back to the past from a point in the future, and it describes actions that will continue up until a point in the future. It's usually necessary to mention the point of time and the length of time. So let's look at it on a timeline. Here we have now, and here is September. So we are imagining a point in the future, here September, and looking back. Here your actions, teaching, will continue up until September. So how do we form the future perfect continuous in English? We use will or shall plus have plus been plus the ing form of the verb, sometimes called the present participle. For instance, I will have been studying English for 3 years by the end of this course. Or, we're late. I think they'll have been waiting for us. We'd better go. It doesn't matter if the subject of your sentence is singular or plural. The form is always the same. In the negative, it is simply will not, often abbreviated to won't have. So, for example, in June, I won't have been living in Paris for 5 years. And in questions, it is will plus the subject plus have plus been plus the in form of the verb. For example, on Friday, will you have been working all week in the restaurant? And like the future perfect simple, we use shall only for future time with I and we. Shall is more formal and less common than will. Also, remember state verbs do not use the future perfect continuous. Remember that non-action or state verbs like to be, to seem, or to know are not suited to the future perfect continuous tense. Instead, these verbs take the future perfect simple. For example, on Thursday, I will have been knowing you for a week. That's wrong. Instead, you should say, on Thursday, I will have known you for a week. Or, I will have been reading 45 books by Christmas. No, you need to say, I will have read 45 books by Christmas. So now it's your turn. Imagine you're talking about people working in a hotel. It's 12 o'clock. How long will they have been working by 2 o'clock? Okay, so number 1, use chef and cook meals, and he started working at 8 o'clock. The chef will have been cooking meals for 6 hours. 2, a secretary typing letters. She started work at 10 o'clock. The secretary will have been typing letters for 4 hours. 3, a manager interviewing new staff. Started work at 8:30. The manager will have been interviewing new staff for 5.5 hours. 4, a waitress standing in the dining room. She started work at 11 o'clock. The waitress will have been standing in the dining room for 3 hours. Finally, a cleaner vacuuming floors. She started work at 7 o'clock. Write your answer down below in the comment section, and I promise to give you feedback on what you write. Okay, so that's it for now. I hope you feel more confident using the future perfect continuous in English. If you want more on the future perfect continuous, then such as exercises and personal feedback, please go to my Patreon page where you can find much more. The link is down below as well. Also, remember as always to like this video if you found it useful, share it with your friends and family learning English, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new lessons. And hit the bell so you get notified when any new lessons come out. So take care and see you very soon. Bye bye.